Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Mass newspaper reported earlier on today. So they say time is running out for UPND, plans to delay 2026 elections using legal technicalities could backfire politically more. So that statement obviously is attributed to the Lacuna debate that has been going around in the public the past couple of days ever since the president gave that speech in parliament where he noted those things in the constitution. So that was posted in the Mass newspaper. And then the same newspaper says, no opposition can unseat Hakainde Hichilema. We are proud of our achievements, says UPND's Banda. So the UPND say they are very satisfied with how they have performed as things stand right now, hence no opposition stands a chance of unseating them. That's still in the Mass newspaper. What is George Mpombo has died. So Brian Apunda, this is the Socialist Party, he should be media director or deputy secretary general. I've just forgotten his portfolio in the Socialist Party, but he was former Patriotic Front media personnel. And then he should have been a deputy ambassador in one of the postings during Edgar Lungu's reign, but he moved to Socialist Party. So he put up a message with regard to George Mpombo. So he says, Godwell Mwisho, Honorable George Mpombo, the encyclopedia of political historian, a spiritual man who rose from a mayor, councillor in Kaflafuta to a member of parliament for Kaflafuta constituency, to deputy minister, to full cabinet minister, minister of energy, and later minister of defense. He briefly acted as the Republican president. President Levi Mwanawasa, when he left on national duties for Egypt and never to return to Zambia alive, he left Honorable George Mpombo, who was defense minister at the time, acting president. So Brian Apunda simply shares how Mpombo saved the nation in different portfolios. I think George Mpombo should have gone as far back as Chiluba's government. I'm not pretty sure. It should have been deputy minister portfolio should have been doing Chiluba's government. You guys can confirm when that was, but I'm pretty sure he was part of FTJ's government in some portfolio. And then later on, he went through Mwanawasa's government. That's where he became full defense minister. And then he was the acting president at the time that Levi Mwanawasa went to Egypt and then died from there. So this has been shared by Brian Apunda. But you guys can confirm whether Mpombo had gone as far back as FTJ's government or it was just through Mwanawasa's reign where all those portfolios were held. But I'm pretty sure I should have gone back as far as that. You can see different platforms sharing the same message with regard to the death. So this is Kabimba says the eulogy of George Mpombo, the Verbo Vestro. So he was mostly known for his use of the English language. Like most journalists used to have a lot of work trying to decipher what he was saying and trying to. Most of the terms that he was using in the English language were sounding fake until you check in the dictionary and then you find that, oh, it's actually true. And the meaning were very aligned. So Emmanuel Mwamba put up this to say, sad news, a beautiful reminder to describe who Honorable George Mpombo was in your own words. Former Minister of Defense, George Mpombo, has died. He will be remembered for many good things. But for us in the media, meaning that's Emmanuel Mwamba now, saying for us in the media, we will remember him for the use of complex language and the use of big words, many times unnecessarily. And then let's describe him using his style, and he puts up an article, just like Kabimba put up an article where they're using bombastic words to describe who George Mpombo was. So that's how things stand. The late minister, information has just circulated, is late now. And then people are sharing their stories, but he was mostly known for his use of bombastic words. Most of the people from FTJ's government, that era, had a strong command of the English language. Like they could play around with the As they say, Queen's language easily. So George Bombo was one of those that stood out. Even FTJ was known for that, being eloquent. What is Wynter Kabimba says UPND risks losing elections in 2026, Kabimba. So as you may be aware, his party had joined the UPND alliance. So he later put up this article saying, Economic Front leader Wynter Kabimba says the UPND risks losing the general elections in 2026 if it does not attend to the current economic needs of the Zambian people. Kabimba stated that the fact that the EF had decided to work with the current regime does not change the variables on the ground at the moment. Appearing on ZNBC's Sunday interview last night, former cabinet minister said there is need for the government to respond to the current economic problems by satisfying the demands of and expectations of citizens before 2026. Even now, I can tell you that the UPND does not change. Even now, I can tell you if the UPND does not change direction in terms of economic policies, that that will go to satisfy the demands of the people and the expectations of the people, they could lose the elections in 2026, he shared. The fact that we have decided to work with the UPND does not change the variables on the ground and the fundamentals. The issue of hunger, the issues of high cost of living, the issues of high fuel prices, these are fundamentals that the UPND should attend to very quickly before citizens reach a point where they have made up their minds that no more UPND. I am saying this now that I am part of the UPND alliance. So he was doubling down, simply saying, in as much as he has decided to join his party with the UPND, does not change what's on the ground. He mentioned that there were many areas in the current government policies that did not agree with despite joining the alliance. Kabimba added that EF joined the UPND to contribute to the fight against corruption, or the corruption fight, which he believes as a noble cause. Yes, I criticized the UPND before joining them. Even now, I can agree that there are so many things I do not agree with them in terms of policy. But again, if you look at my text, I mean, my text, we put a radar to that. This country is bigger than whatever divides EF and the UPND. The country is bigger than what divides Wynter Kabimba and President Hakainde Hichilema is shared. So simply saying, in as much as they may have reservations, it's a fight against corruption that he decided to join the UPND alliance. He further stated, he also noted that there was need for President to come out in the open and declare that some of the things he had promised citizens were misleading due to the lack of access to information. President Hakainde Hichilema could have been misled. I am sure he believed many of the things he talked about, but they were not real, such as he could fix the power or energy regime or structure easily. Firstly, he did not know the money that was owed. He found out recently, and they were shocked. He did not have the information that the PF defaulted on the Eurobond, noted Kabimba. There is a possibility that a lot of information that he had in opposition while making those campaign promises were misleading. What I expected the president to do was to say to the Zambian people that I did not have the right information at the time. So Wynter Kabimba is advising the president to say he should have said at the time I did not have the information that I have now, and simply clarify to say some of the promises that he made are not realistically attainable. That's the advice coming from Wynter Kabimba. I don't think the UPND is going to receive this advice very well. Let's wait and see, because I've seen a number of platforms sharing it. And obviously those platforms are opposition platforms. Even the extract from the interview is the one that's gone viral of what Wynter Kabimba said. Everything else to fall under. So we wait and see. From the time that he joined the alliance, I don't think he has met the president in person yet. Wait and see how that plays out. The Sunday Mail also says We made stronger. Hakainde Hichilema says government working around the clock to mitigate the impact of drought. So those are words coming from the president. Is they are working around the clock to sort out certain things that are going on in the nation. What's the derivation as that news headline? And News Diggers also reports on the 5 illegal miners who died as Green Mountain collapses in Kitwe. This is the News Diggers. Then thank you for your patience. Continue supporting us. Hakainde Hichilema asks Zambians. This is in the News Diggers. So that's what the president says. They are working on things, and thank you for your patience. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen.